somewhere else. So why don't we just come a little closer while we're setting up the PowerPoint, and we'll get started in 5 minutes. We'll be sending out some information as well. Whether or not you agree with us, that's okay. You're welcome to stay for our information, study what we believe, tell us we're wrong if we're wrong, but at least look at the facts that we're going to present. So we'll put the information out after the presentation that you're going to take. At the same time, many people email me from across the country. You're welcome to be one of them. I'll do my best to respond to any questions you have. So if there's any question that you want to ask that you can't ask here, or if there's anything that comes up later in the week, anything that you saw or heard, you'd be welcome to get one of my business cards and email me a question as well. I can't promise to be very soon I'll respond because I'm on the road for the next couple of weeks, but I do my best to respond to all emails as kindly as possible. So how's it going? I got a chance to debate at York University the topic of abortion. My opponent was the head of the atheist club there. For an aside, there are atheists who are pro-life. You look at their website, there's a great group called Left Out Pro-Life. Lesbians and gays, pro-life feminists, pro-life, whatever color, whatever group that they belong to, they're pro-life, but they belong to this kind of group. Because they agree with us on the biological evidence of what we do. When I did my debate, we had a little bit of a problem because as soon as I forgot to book the room before the presentation to give me enough time to present, to set up my equipment. As you can see, it takes some time. So we ended up having to share my laptop with my opponents. And that meant that we had to share computers. At the end of the presentation, he left his presentation on my laptop, so I could actually get a chance to see his notes. And I want to show you some of those notes once that's set up. Because he made one of the fundamental arguments that we hear from our opponents. He was making the point that human fetuses don't have the same status as us because they're not developed the same way as us. Or at this point, maybe as a way, let me ask if there's any questions, particularly on anything I've talked about so far. So again, I'm not finished my presentation, and I reserve the right to say my presentation isn't over yet. Please wait till the end, I can answer your question. But so far, that's everything I've presented. Is there any questions?
Just before we had to leave, you were saying that there was a doctor that looked at the
Right.
I
I can find that quote.
I couldn't hear that question.
Sure, I'll repeat it for you before I answer the question. The question was, I was reading a quote from a doctor, and I will continue to finish reading that quote. This is in response to the video that we showed before we left. This is by Dr. Anthony Levantino. He says, I, the undersigned, having performed approximately 1,200 first and second trimester abortions in my career, have examined the photos and videos depicting the aborted human embryos and fetuses used by the Center for Biological Reform, our sister organization in the U.S., in their public education projects. In my professional opinion, that the photos depicted aborted human embryos and fetuses depicted aborted human embryos and fetuses are accurately captured as age in weeks since fertilization. Not my opinion, the opinion of someone who actually performs abortions. Testifying the pictures we saw are actually real, because that's what he saw when he performed those abortions. Anything else on what we've covered so far? Yes.
Where do the videos come from?
Videos come from places where abortions are performed.
No specific thing.
In terms of where they come from where abortions are performed. That's what's important to know, that there are actually real places where those abortions are performed. That's where the pictures are.
It would be things like teaching hospitals,
Exactly.
use those as
Exactly. Yes. Anything else? And when I first, it was my third time in Halifax, I was looking forward to some accountability and hospitality. So I'm glad to see that there's some of that here. It's good to have you here for you to come out. I'm going to do this here without one of you. How's it going, Joey?
It's switch computers.
Okay. Yes.
Have you ever had a special position where you were shut down, basically, continuing your presentation?
Well, 2 hours before that debate in New York was initially scheduled. We got a phone call that the student union banned us from the campus. So they usually do it before the event happens, not during, because usually they understand that if they do it during, it makes their side look bad. And the university is so embarrassed that they gave us free space for that before the debate actually happened.
So, would you claim that basically the group that was there, saying that the University of Calgary and the other one, that violence erupted, why did that happen?
Again, those are claims that are made. In terms of what those claims actually are, reality is far different. It's like saying women should be blamed if they're raped because they wear something that attracts men. We never decided violence. We're making our case, and people may disagree with that, but they don't have the right to attack us and then blame us for the violence.